internet again, and my voice is crappy now.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular. I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument is all water. There's no denying that. Oh, please don't whip me.
Don't seem so blues, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
You have forgotten to pursuit your important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know. I have a whip. You forgot the fraud of magical client was spotted at a crime scene.
Oh crap, ah! Jesus.
There's no reason to doubt the testimony.
No, that's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One of the victims, Russell Barry, and the other one was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this. With a burp, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The clown was...
Saw the one.
Like I was saying, the clown saw the murder. Who was then?
Obviously.
It was... the bust.
It's the last one.
Yes, I knew that. I knew that! Take that.
He saw Max's ow!
And yes, you was the other person Mo saw at the scene. The evidence has nothing to do with the question.
I object you back. Au contraire, mon frère, it does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette, or symbol, but he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw, and you've been cross-examined.
Aha! You just got cross-examined!
Did you lose the internet again? That was impossible! It's simple, really. But Mo actually saw that night was Max's boss.
Objection!
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette. He saw just what happened wearing the clothes.
And I'll object you back. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bus. Or a cloak like that could easily get snagged onto the bus if they came into contact.
You idiot! Who in their mind would put the clothing on the bus?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bus. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bus? That question is of the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree? Oh, he caught me. Well, let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bus? Obviously.
It's not obviously, but it was Russell Barry.
Exactly.
Because he was wearing the freaking thing, but it wasn't actually him that put it, it was actually incidentally, so it's kind of stupid you say, oh, he was the one that put the cloak. Yes, he totally put it. Got knocked out and he was the one that put it. That makes total sense.
Take that!
Fool him.
You are saying he was speaking himself? Russell Barry? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the victim himself placed the clothing on the bust.
Now, place the cloak isn't really the right way to say it. Then what would be the right way to put it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have to handle all of this?
I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together now. And there's really only one picture I can paint anyways, and I'm Picasso, by the way. Alright! So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time.
Going back in time now.
Akro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the seat. Then he attached that rope to the bus. Why is this playing now?
Because it's a circuit team. Now you complaining for no reason.
And
Jesus.
dangled the bus out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the seat. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Joke? What? But just seemed feared. He was spotted at the entrance of the logging house by Nara, then a ventriloquist and his puppet band Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Akro took his chance to release the rope. This drum thing is actually when you say a joke. Now this is when the magic happens.
Drum roll, please!
At the very instant that the bus hit the victim... Ta-da! Wait for it, not now.
Aha! Logic! You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be.
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. Yeah, I'm not done yet, Jesus. Let me finish. With the shock of impact, it threw out the cloak and it got snagged onto the bust.
Yeah.
That's when the sound was heard by a witness, and he took a look out of his window. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about holding up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up.
And then...
Drumroll.
And the winner is... me!
And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. Lots of dogs and lots of drum rolls. Now you know how the murder actually took place. And now you know who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the scene. And damn it, my mouth is...
Aha!
I'm studying now. Acro, it could only have been you.
Yeah!
He's so calm.
So calm. It's like Yoshi, but he's calm. Echo's been playing mind games all for us.
With all of us, yeah. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now.
So...
What now?
You have graced us with a rather long wing-tailed. But do you even have any evidence that proves your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
Evidence? I forgot! Evidence.
Oh crap!
In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Hey, don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Yeah, that's it. Mr. Wright, prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
No. Nick, they say you want evidence.
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. There's something unusual about Mo's eye. Witness account. Jesus, eyewitness. Sorry.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get out of this sham.
Alright. Time to not talk amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case.
Okay, as you remember, Trevor said that he saw all the three pieces, which is the white rose, the steel cat, and the quilt. But Mo only saw two of them, which was the steel cat and the quilt. So it's possible if the theory that Phoenix just made was right, the flowers could just have been covered by the quilt.
Yep.
That would explain his contradiction. So, take that!
The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, silk hat, the cloak, the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The steel cat was one, the white roses were the other.
But the theory I just presented explained all of these contradictions.
You fool, you ever shut up?
No. Max's silk cat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. Because you know, it has also the silk hat.
The silk cat of the silk cat.
Yeah, makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. So, sort of. And objection.
Fine, you got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what that ventriloquist said in court. He said that you witnessed the white roses in Max's chest on that night. But the clown testimony doesn't match. The clown said there were no white roses. I did see and want you to see try and explain this one, Mr. Wright. Can you do it, Nick? I just did. Can you explain it like 5 minutes ago?
Of course. I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the incident when the cloak snagged onto the bus. If the cloak snagged onto the bus, what happened to the white roses? Let's have a look. And there you go.
Magic trick!
get it yet? Logan got snagged onto the front of the bus. It means that the White Roses would end up on the back of the bus. Meaning we could see them.
Aha!
Which explains why Mo didn't see it. The White Roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bus. Yes, mumbling yourselves. You lose the internet! Order! Let me take my breath. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw his tower.
Or not.
Birds.
And 3 dots.
Attack that man. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? No.
What is it?
You took the time to research the circus, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't?
If you did, then maybe you will understand why I think you're off track.
Why is that?
Notice. The witness feels incredible depth in gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone at any relation of the circus is well aware of this.
Exclamation point. Whipping.
Yeah. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
Oh crap, no.
Your Honor, I'd like to hear Akker's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his wife until now. What we do now? Yeah. There's no doubting that Acker is deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acker's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well, however, I feel this is a good place to take a break.
Right.
I will listen to the rest of this distinguished testimony after recess.
3 dots.
This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Yes.
Get out!
Ah, Jesus Christ. You just give me an headache.
Sorry.
To be continued.
Yeah, Phoenix Wright Justice for all.
Marathon, yeah, bye.
Who cares? We don't even care about this anymore, don't we?
Well, it kind of sucks in this game. It's not as good as the other one we did.
But I'm just trying my best to. Anyway, yeah, past that, I don't care. I can't believe it, Acro! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is! The thing was always the most straightforward of the group. She was unbelievable.
Jesus Christ. Echo tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did? My mind, just a little twerp, isn't he?
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, pal! You're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Did the gumshoe?
Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, detective, I'm sorry. Now, why don't you relax a little?
We have got some really tasty milk.
How about a card trick, detective? Dots. Oh, well, if you insist.
Now, what about that evidence you mentioned it is?
Yeah, here you go.
This was yesterday's Acro's room.
Results of our investigation. You can look at it later. Excuse me.
Won't Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
Dots. That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. Everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
Von Karma looked like she was a pretty big hurry, though.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, final plans put into place.
Final plans, huh?
Final plans? That reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Judgment comes at the very last instant.
And notice that he says prosecutor, it doesn't say Miss Von Karma, so...
So?
Hint.
And him. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm going home.
Bye.
Why I did this with the fists, I don't know.
I don't know. Fists. What did he mean by the very last instant part?
The thing he said seemed pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing.
Oh, of course, I'm back. Don't scare me like that.
It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. For me? Yes, it's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me? Why do I sound so strange like this?
Because your
7:30
makeup is running out.
Well, the 7:30 to 27 p.m. the show court control number 2. Yeah, who cares? Back in court! The court is now in section. Shall we continue our proceedings? Ms. Montgomery, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue Ako's testimony, starting with the relationship with the victim. I'd also get the proof from the defense. Proof that kind of motive Ako will have to commit the crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingley,
Yes, Your Honor.
please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we got a motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
Just do me a favor, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Goop.
Hint, again.
About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster in the Barry Big Circus, Russell Barry, took us in. I became an acrobat about 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my role or purpose in life.
You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone think that Ako killed a man and then helped him.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I've seen, yeah. You're absolutely right. How can anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Ako kill the Ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course we'll cross-examine. Jesus, why?
Why wouldn't we?
The defense has the right to cross-examine the witness.
Yeah. You're tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. Alright. And this one we have to press every statement.
Every statement.
Boring.
When we were... Shut up and hold it!
We?
Yes, my brother Sean and I.
What? You have a brother?
How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old while my brother was 4.
Your parents were very cruel, weren't they?
Nowadays, we aren't a bitter about what happened to us. Because I allow us to meet wonderful people at the Big Barry Circus or Barry Big Circus.
Switch the point.
Nick, the shit is getting misty-eyed.
He's got a soft spot for soft stories that looks like, oh!
There's no crying in the court. Let's keep going.
The witness is receiving his testimony.
Oh
I
god.
sound hilarious when I do that. Anyways, keep going.
Hold it.
How would you describe your relationship with the Ringmaster?
He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had.
What about other people at the circus?
This was 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in. So no one really had the time to look after us. They weren't worried about the other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come to see us with a laughing and smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Ako such a wonderful person?
I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult.
Damn it.
So then how long have you been a performer? Pressing, I don't care. Wait, why am I saying this? You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age?
I begged the ringmaster until finally agreed to meet it. Even since, I have been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. Then I call ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. I have heard of them even in Germany.
Liar.
They fat liar. The point is that I wanted to be some user to the circus.
You are truly a remarkable young man.
Exactly.
The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. Last one. Did you ever have any trouble with the Ringmaster? Ow, Jesus!
How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding the witness testimony, or do you heartfelt emotions contained in 10? You better think about it, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard.
Ow! Ow! God! No matter how you look at it, there's no way that Christina's whip has ever taken the victim's life.
And whip.
The end.
We don't got a global, we just whip, yeah, exactly. I have been waiting for yours to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with him.
I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk.
What else is new?
I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this witness will kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it's pretty much unlikely.
Exactly, you're right, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. What was Agro's motive for killing the ringmaster? How about it? Can you explain that to me? Of course I can't.
Of course I can't. I can't provide one.
Yep, obviously. Dots.
Nick.
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason Agro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Agro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all.
You're getting whipped.
Ah!
You foolish attention of a fool who was like a foolish fool is so fool-heartedly foolish. Did you forget you made the accusation against the witness, did you not? I do believe it was, this is the real killer of the Russell Ringmaster!
If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Agro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? Ringmaster wasn't your target that night?
What you heard you just say?
I'm saying that the target is with his murder plot was not the ringmaster. He did not plan to kill Russell Berry.
What?
Use the internet! Order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face twice if you must!
Yeah, so that's
Let's
face.
do that. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? Oh, why are you whipping me?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do this? Well, yeah, blah, whatever. Are you
Press 1.
attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else?
Obviously, yeah. That's
And
what
we
it
know
means.
that Acro hates Regina, so we're gonna point her.
Take that!
Regina Barry.
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Agro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's mean-spirited leading question.
I object to you back with ping pong match.
Ping pong.
You could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all you have to do is, you're wrong. That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to, please.
The only thing allowed is to interrupt me is that itself. And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence now! I want to know any hacker would want to kill Regina Barry.
Exclamation point. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Agro was out to kill this young girl.
Okay, as we know, we have a note. The note is the proof we need.
Get this. It says stuff.
Yeah,
Agro,
say stuff.
do you have any recollection of seeing this?
No. I refuse. That's
It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
paper, yes.
Inside the victim's tailcoat? Agro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. His proposal was to call someone to the boss at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? There's just one little problem. Problem? Agro didn't need place his note into someone's pockets. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended was none other than Regina Berry, aka Barbie.
AKA Obsession 2002, yeah!
Use the internet 2002. Mr. Wright, this is a theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Regina which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, I mean the ringmaster, yeah, whatever.
I don't know. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plot instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina.
Exactly.
That's incredible! Remember the testimony that Necro gave us earlier today? Let's remember that.
Yeah, lifting the bus, blah 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 blah, impossible. There's no way. Yeah, my lower body, no, it doesn't work. If I were to do that, yeah, I'll be dead, yeah. That's this phrases in a nutshell.
Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza. Because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who he actually was. I get it! Acro thought it was Regina down the plaza. And that's when he let the box fly.